Here in Soma, Central Market. This is our Central Market Safety Hub. And I want to thank our chief for being here. I want to thank our DA for being here. But also, this has been a topic that Supervisor Kim and I have discussed ever since some campaign office was located just a few blocks away, where I got a chance to hear, to see, to smell, to interact with everything that occurred on this 6th Street, and made a promise to myself, and later on it was easy to make a promise to Supervisor Kim that we were going to work very closely together in the spirit of presenting a higher level of public safety, but also make sure that we did it in a way in which we involved the very people who have been here, living here, the businesses who have been here for many, many years, the Central Market Benefits District, and all of the small businesses that have really sacrificed a lot of time and resources to try to be in a changing community, one that we wanted to make sure invited them along with newcomers into this district. Because it has to be that way. This is San Francisco. It's not about the new replacing the old. It really is about the new helping to revitalize the old and then meeting together to welcome everybody. And revitalization is what this Central Market Safety Hub is all about. I am very thankful to members of what we used to call the Redevelopment Agency because they were the first to kind of make an investment on this site and suggest to us that this safety hub would be a great addition. I want to thank our police department for working with the Public Works department to really fill this vacancy that was being experienced by this hotel owner, and say that we had a great idea of how to fill it up with something very positive. The reason why, and I'll be very honest with you, that Chief Sir and I have agreed never to call this the police substation, although we'll have the additional presence of additional 8 officers thanks to the new police academy here to add strength to the foot patrols on here. But because of the way we've thought through this with the community ambassador programs, and there are a lot of ambassadors here thanks to Adrienne Pond and her civic engagement side of the city administrator's office, is to suggest that a community safety hub is more enhancing and more welcoming of participatory public safety. It is not to suggest that only police officers can create a higher level of safety, everybody. In fact, Chief Sir and DA Gascoigne will say to you as their first promise, it's community policing. It is enhancement and invitation of our community partners, our residents of all different economic incomes, our small businesses, of our enlivened arts programs that we have tremendously invited here, of the tech companies that you see located up here, of Zeusk and Zendesk and others. It's an arts community that we're doing all along this front that are going to be part and participatory with the community ambassadors, with the Central Market Benefits District, along with our police officers, who are all learning how to do the job and even better, so that you never say, I simply need an officer, that we can also look out for each other on a long-term basis. This is what a public safety hub does for a very challenging area of the city. I will say I have ridden and walked along these streets at night, and even officers always kind of shake their heads saying there's some things that ought to change, but it ought to change with everybody's attention, not just the pressure on one aspect or the other. There are also a number of programs that we're introducing that will reduce violence on these streets and allow for people to live in a more freer and a more safer environment. Our Invest in Neighborhoods, and I see Joaquin here today, along with Todd's effort, to support small businesses, but to enhance their ability to work with each other and work with our officers and work with our ambassadors. We're extending the hours of the ambassadors program. They are now going to be appearing in their bright yellow jackets in night, all the way to 10:30 at night, to be the additional eyes and ears connected with everybody. You're going to be so familiar with their names, and they're going to know the names of the Zusk and Zendesk employees that walk around, and the people that want to eat at Dottie's and all along these other fantastic food venues that we have. This is the vision that we have. It is not about anybody taking over. It's about enhancing everybody's sense of community and sense of security and the looking out and taking care of each other. This is what we're proposing that happens here on this site. And so I want to thank Chief Sir for working this out. I want to thank him for the additional officers he's assigning. I want to thank DA Gascon, because all of the violence reduction programs that the chiefs asked for, whether it's domestic violence or other types of programs, can happen physically right here with the incredible meetings that we have with the community. I want to thank residents of this area who have, they shouldn't feel as victims, although sometimes they have for many years, whether it's neglect, whether it's things happening that people didn't pay attention to. They've been incredibly patient with our efforts to kind of get the economics of this safety hub together and make sure it's done well and right. And I want to thank them, because now they have a place where they can meet and they can discuss and they can have the kinds of relationships that they need to create a higher level of safety for everybody. And so again, I want to thank the steadfast vision, and I know it was the subject matter of more than one question and answer for the mayor the last couple of years that Supervisor Kim had. When are we going to get this done? How are we going to get it done? Are there more officers on the beat? Who else can be invited to the center? Is it open to the public? I'm going to answer all these things by signifying the opening today of an incredible amount of team people that put this together. Once we thank them, let's get on to the business of creating stronger communities for everybody. Thank you very much.
And of course, the Police Chief of our great city, Chief Sir.
So, good morning. The answer to the question is today. So I've been asked more times over the last several months, when. So the answer right now, today. I really want to congratulate the mayor and Supervisor Kim for, just the definition of tenacious vision, right? So this to get to today took so many twists and turns, we might as well be at the bottom of Lombard Street. It is unbelievable that this got done. This is going to be so huge for this neighborhood. I can tell you, I just walked up from the Hall of Justice and I shook more hands on the way up. Everybody in this neighborhood is just happy to see officers in uniform on foot. And when we're helped out and augmented by our Bumblebee brothers and sisters in these yellow jackets, Adrian Pond's ambassadors, it is so important to this neighborhood. As the mayor said, the mayor promised that I would say, so then that's how that happens, that we're going to continue to work on this neighborhood. It is a complete revitalization that we're committed to. We did just add 8 officers. As we get more academy classes, another 8 officers will be added, which will effectively double the complement of the Market Street beats and 6th Street officers in this neighborhood. The DA's here. He too is committed to this. There'll be community DAs in this space. The name for the safety hub, people were asking when it was opening. It is not only going to be open, but it's going to be active. You're going to see people in and out, and what I hope to be a commitment we never fall short of is that any time that you can't see a police officer walking from within eyeshot of this safety hub, you should be able to knock on the door and find an officer inside. If there is no officer here, you should just merely look around and you should see one that you can get help from, okay? If not that, an ambassador. We're here to help. We're committed to change the situation of the day-to-day walking up and down of 6th Street and Mid-Market. You'll see me walking around. I actually kind of liked it. You know, it's kind of nice when everybody, good morning, officer. That always feels good. And I caught about 15 of them on the way up from the Hall of Justice. So again, today's the day. Thank you, Mayor, Supervisor Kim, for making it happen. A big shout out to Mohammed Nuru and DPW. They did the work. We'll take it from here. Thank you. And one more shout out, if you have any concern and you can't see anything, the guy that's really committed to this is the brand new captain of Southern Station, Michael Redmond. I worked with Mike out in the Bayview, where we had a lot of success working with kids in the community and reducing violence, and I can all but guarantee you that's going to happen here.
Now our District Attorney Gascon.
Good afternoon, everyone. I want to thank our mayor for the foresight to continue to push this project. I want to thank also our chief of police and Supervisor Kim. The mayor made a really important connection here. Public safety is about the community. It's not about any one arm of government. It's about everyone coming together. But at the end of the day, it's a shared responsibility, and it's having the community together. And creating this as a safety hub is a major step towards that end. When I became the district attorney, one of the things that I made very clear, and I was fortunate enough to get mayor support and board support, is that we were going to put neighborhood prosecutors in every neighborhood, and that we were going to enhance our neighborhood courts. And we are here to tell you that our neighborhood prosecutor, Marisa Rodriguez, who has been working with the officers in the neighborhood for over a year now, will have a home here, and that our neighborhood courts will be here. And again, it's about working together. It's about creating a safe environment for everyone. It is helping those that need. It is helping the new people that are coming, but it's also, as the mayor indicated, working with those that have been here for many years. It's about creating a sustainable and safe community. So I'm very proud, and thank you very much.
Now the tireless supervisor for District 6, Supervisor Kim.
We're really here. Actually, the mayor and I get to go to a lot of press events and ribbon cuttings in District 6 because so much is happening in this part of the city. But never have I seen smiles as big as today. I was standing behind when we were beginning the press conference, and you could see every single person's huge smile because everyone has been waiting for this for so long. 12 years ago, I actually started volunteering at nights at Bindlestiff Studio right on 6th and Howard. And throughout that time period, change has been happening. We haven't always had a huge press conference or ribbon cutting every time that a new nonprofit moved in or a new small business moved in thanks to redevelopment and urban solutions, whether it was Miss Saigon, to Passion Cafe, now Dottie's Cafe, to Dr. Sanao, who's also here, who opened his optometry shop here, to redevelopment coming and rebuilding the Plaza Hotel and Bindlestiff Studio, or private businesses like 1AM Gallery that moved right on the corner of 6th and Howard. And of course, Hospitality House, who's also here today, Luggage Store Gallery, that started opening up their space so folks could do art for free during the day and have a place to go to find a job, to do artwork, to get massages, all of those things. That's been happening over the last 12 years. That's been contributing to making this community what it is today and making it a safer place for all of us. And of course, United Players that also moved over the last 10 years right on Howard Street. But today is really important because this was a promise that the city made to this community. And actually, I feel emotional about it because the residents deserve this community safety hub. So, I'm on message, I really am. The community safety hub today. They deserve this. They've been waiting for so long. People have lived here for years, for decades, getting their life back together. And they've always wanted to walk out of their home and feel safe and to not feel intimidated by the crime that's happening here. And so I'm so excited that we're going to be able to deliver that promise. And I'm even more excited because we're not just opening the safety hub, but the mayor's office and Chief Sir and SFPD have made a real commitment. We could have just opened something today without the manpower, without the additional community ambassadors, without the additional foot patrol. We could have done that. But the city actually made a real commitment today to really make a difference in this neighborhood. And so it is my pleasure to bring up one of our 6th Street residents to talk about what this means for him. And he actually lives right next door at the Safety Hub today. So I want to bring up Dan Jordan, who is one of our active residents and tenants that have been working to improve this neighborhood. I'm sorry, I just want to recognize one other resident, and that's Antoinetta. Is she still here today? She was the chair of the Sompac Redevelopment Neighborhood Association, and she was also a huge advocate for that. I don't see her, but without further ado, Dan Jordan.
Good afternoon, and I'd like to say just how happy we are to have this new hub coming to our neighborhood and to help us take back our neighborhood and make it safe once again for anyone and everyone to walk down these sidewalks no matter what time of day or night and not be harassed or approached to buy or sell drugs. This is something we've needed for a very, very long time. And myself, I've escorted many people up and down these sidewalks at night because they're scared to go out at night. Today I've noticed, and over the last couple weeks, a much higher police presence out here on the sidewalks, and it makes you feel really good. And I say thank you to the mayor, Supervisor Kim, and all involved in getting this started and going. And now that it's open, we'll have a much safer community here. Thank you.
And just one more thing, besides all the business, I also moved to 6th Street in September as well. And that is my commitment to this neighborhood. And I told Captain Redmond that I will be 2 blocks away and we'll be frequenting this new community safety hub. And just one last thing, Captain Redmond has been an amazing asset for this neighborhood. He's gone to so many community meetings. No! And I believe that this will be successful because we have such a committed and dedicated captain helping to patrol and lead this new site. Thank you.
Now the co-owner of everybody's favorite Central Market bike shop, Zach Stender from Huckleberry.
Hi, I am co-owner of Huckleberry Bicycles right around the corner. And, just a couple years ago we moved into the neighborhood, and honestly a lot of people thought we were crazy. And with a lot of the redevelopment that's been obviously happening, and now with this new safety hub, a lot of those same people are saying, well, maybe they're genius. And we've been doing quite well, and we look forward to the progress of the neighborhood, and we expect that to help with our business as well. We are in the process of expanding at the moment as well, which is just a great sign. We have a much larger staff than ever before, and we can't be more excited about this. This is a very diverse neighborhood, and that needs to be celebrated. But what we do need to work on is the safety, and this is a huge part of that. So thank you, Mayor Lee, thank you, Supervisor Kim, and thank you especially to the SFPD.
Now, just before we do the ribbon cutting, I wanted to do a couple of acknowledgments. As everyone had said, this was an effort across the city with the community, with businesses, and so I want to do some quick acknowledgments. Naomi Kelly, the city administrator, of course, the hard work of Mohammed Nuru and the Department of Public Works, Adrienne Pond and her team, community ambassadors, Deputy Chief of Adult Probation, Martin Kurzay. And then on the business side, we want to thank Yammer for the donation of 6 computers that are in the hub that you can see here. Center for New Music. Daniel Hurtado's here today from the Central Market CBD. Club OMG. Jenny McNulty from Urban Solutions. Benchmark Capital. Hospitality House Community Arts Program, WeWork, which just opened up on Central Market, and of course Zendesk, which I know has a couple of people here today. And finally, from Office of Economic Workforce Development, I just want to give a quick shout out to Joaquin Torres, Amy Cohen, and Ellen Parker, who work tirelessly on Central Market as well. So, how about a ribbon cutting?